One of the things that people are most nervous about bringing their children in is how are they going to react to the fact that we're putting pins in their body. Tap. Piece of cake, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as you can see, this 12-year-old wasn't even fazed by the points as they went in. I may not use needles. I may just use my fingers and press on certain points. We will press into the abdomen and we will just not even use a pin. We'll just kind of go through, and you can stimulate a lot with a kid because with children, their bodies are so dynamic. Their systems move very quickly when you stimulate some of the points. Today we're going to talk about acupuncture and children. And one of the things that we have been doing since our child was born is giving him acupuncture, herbs, all the different things that we use for ourselves as adults. And a lot of people don't realize how valuable this can be for kids. Today we have a 12-year-old young man. One of the things that at 12 years old you're looking for are things like, kids are starting to play sports or they've been playing sports for a while. This may be the first time where they're kind of getting some bumps and bruises or some injuries that you want to address. So you can start to work on a relationship with the child for how to address injuries as they start to get older. It's really valuable for kids to know that when they have things, the faster they recover, the better they're going to play. And so this is one of the ways that we can help them with that. The other thing that we see a lot at this age are allergy issues and sleep issues. So, you're getting into different seasons, you're outside a lot, you may be starting puberty or going through some of those kinds of things that can affect the body and can affect the different symptoms that you might be dealing with. So we work with all ages around those things, but in this case, obviously someone that's kind of a preteen, those are the things we'd be looking for. Younger children, even toddlers, we might be looking at things like digestive disorders. We see a lot of their digestive systems trying to get built up, and so you see a lot of even colic with babies, or difficulty with certain foods, or kids that are having trouble going to having bowel movement, more constipation in younger children. Those are all things that can be addressed really, really well with acupuncture and or even acupressure. I may not use needles. I may just use my fingers and press on certain points and just go along a pathway. And you can stimulate a lot with a kid because with children, their bodies are so dynamic. Their systems move very quickly when you stimulate some of the points. So a lot of times, especially with digestive disorders, we will press into the abdomen and we will just not even use a pin. We'll just kind of go through and go in a circle and try and stimulate intestinal function by just kind of going around like this. Once they get into his age, then we will start using more, we'll be using pins, we'll be using things that will help have a little bit stronger of an effect. But at toddlers, babies, we do a lot of palpation work with our fingers to get acupressure going to help these conditions. Shall we do a couple of points on you?
Sure. All
right, sounds good. So on kids, just like with adults, we're going to be just swabbing the areas where we're going to do some points. We're going to do 4 spots on Mr. Mason here. All of the pins come from a brand new package. We're going to let him know. So I'm going to put a couple of pins in, and all you're going to feel is a quick little tap. When that's in, if you feel any discomfort, you let me know. Okay? Tap. Piece of cake, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna do 4 more spots, or 4 total spots. One of the things that people are most nervous about bringing their children in is how are they gonna react to the fact that we're putting pins in their body, because children hate needles, right? They don't like getting them. They've been getting them since they were very young. They always hurt. And as you can see, this 12-year-old wasn't even fazed by the points as they went in. That's usually what we see, is very little concern from a discomfort standpoint. They go in so easily. Kids really handle them quite well, and they can be so effective. So we encourage you to let these things do the work and And don't be afraid, because they're pins, to try something like acupuncture, because you're missing out on such a huge benefit that your kids can take from childhood through adulthood and really learn how to take care of themselves as they need help as they get older.